This video is for and solely dedicated to my cat, Georgia. May she rest in peace. We will be together again. And now, biography. Georgia Peachington Shitrat was born on the rough and tough streets of Portland, Maine, sometime in the year 2006 as a street cat, or stray as some would say. Not unlike the junkyard cats from Heathcliff, she lived a wild young life and would frequent this apartment building where she would go door to door begging for food. When one day 3 college girls named Lindsay, Ashley, and Amy living there at the time took this little darling in. Then eventually others like Nicolita and Haley and this guy Andrew, and with an adorable face like that, who could blame them? Look at those big, beautiful green eyes. So instead of a short life on the murderous streets of Portland, Maine, Georgia was now on the highway to a far more luxurious life. There she was taken care of very well and loved by those college girls who at first believed Georgia to be a male cat, was initially named Kim Jong-il by some doofus before taking her to a vet who confirmed that Georgia was indeed a female cat. After this, the girls decided on the name Georgia, after the artist Georgia O'Keeffe. So eventually college ended and these girls all went their separate ways, where the cat's ownership befell Amy, who initially didn't want to take in a stray cat in the first place, but now had grown to love this little Minu ball of love. Georgia and Amy lived very happily together for many years in Amy's Saco, Maine apartment, where the two became true best friends, a love that would last through the ages. Then, when Georgia turned 10 in human years, Amy met this guy, who turned out to be the love of her life. Sure, he was no doctor from the Love Boat or Larry Appleton, but he would do just fine. Realizing their love for one another, Amy moved in with this guy Ed into his Somersworth, New Hampshire, furnished basement apartment, Georgia and all. Georgia immediately took to this long-haired freak for some reason and showed him more love than he felt he even deserved. She bathed him with so much of her love and affection it could even become too much at times. But he could never turn down this beautiful cat who seemed to think that he was the king. He even made her the logo of his YouTube channel production studios company, Shitrat Studios. The Shitrat name he got from a TV series from Canada called The Trailer Park Boys. The character of Mr. Leahy would refer to Bubbles' cats as Shitrats. And it was just hilarious to me. So eventually Amy and her love left his apartment to move in with his crazy family as their new home was constructed in Maine, where finally they had a true place of their own. This land was theirs by destiny, and of course, Georgia the cat came too. She's family, and we love her. This cat had become like their own child. But as in life, all good things must come to an end. For some reason, we still don't know why. And by 17 human years of age, Georgia had grown old. After all, 17 in cat years put Georgia in her early 80s or something. So she had a good run for a cat as far as years go, which didn't make it any easier. Georgia had developed a tumor behind one of her eyes, eventually causing her to lose sight in that eye. Surgery for this sort of thing on a 17-year-old cat is risky and very costly. After a month or so, her condition worsened rapidly, and soon she was totally blind, weak and barely eating, and meowing meows of discomfort. Sadly, Amy and her love knew the awful truth of what had to be done, for watching her slowly starve herself to death seemed too cruel and sad. So, sadly, on July 17, 2023, we were forced to put down our beloved kitty Georgia at a local vet in the most humane way we could. It is to date, personally, in my own life, the worst and saddest day ever. I should consider myself lucky after seeing all those St. Jude commercials where children born the same year as Georgia died in 2015. How awful that must be for the parents. The pain must be similar, but a lot different. And I would assume a lot worse. So that cat did have 17 good years. This little ball of unconditional love will live in my heart forever, and will be greatly missed. She can sit right beside my childhood dog, Jake, who I also love and miss very much. I love you, Georgia, and thanks for the memories. And until we meet again, because I need to believe we will. So I hope you're doing well, Georgia, my sweet love. Wherever you are, Georgia the cat, this is for you. And I'll try not to be too depressing, and even throw some humor in there. Farmer? What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? Digging a hole for Kitty.
We're having Kitty cremated, Farmer. And we're gonna display her ashes proudly on a shelf.
Why the hell am I always the last one to find out about these things?
He's upset too. We all are. Understandably. It was the hardest thing I ever had to do. I love this cat with all of my heart because she showed me so much of it. Pet owners know what I mean. She really was like my own child. I know what that means now when people say that. I used to think it was sort of funny when people said that before. Maybe even pathetic. Get a life. Get a real child. But no, I never had a child, so this cat was like my child. I had a dog before when I was a kid, but I was a child, so I related to that dog more as a buddy, a good pal, and a good friend. And when I lost that dog, it was the same pain. It's been 21 years since I lost my dog Jake, and I still miss him, and I'll miss this cat just as much. I get that odd feeling of wishing that I could have done more for her, and again I know, just a cat. I just hope she knows that we did everything we could, and that we love her very, very much. I know, just a cat. People have suffered far worse tragedies than losing their beloved cat. They've lost their beloved human companions, friends, family, far more horrific reasons than a cat getting old and needing to be put down. However, I feel like the pain was the same, just more natural. And I love this kitty way too damn much not to cry for her, before and after her death, and honor her memory forever. I could go on and on. This cat showed me the true meaning of love. I know that sounds crazy too, right? And I'm going to prove it by finally doing what my girlfriend has wanted me to do for a very long time now. Ask her to marry her. Because now, I see what love actually is. Because now, love has more meaning to me. Love for her and love for that cat. And if love is truly the most important thing, I don't want to fail my love. I don't want to fail any of my loves. I still agree with my old theory that Kurt Russell has about not actually having to get married to be married and in love. But in his case, Goldie Hawn was also on board with that theory. I don't think my girlfriend is. She needs that marriage. Plus, I'm not a Hollywood actor in the spotlight, known for their constant failed marriages. This works for him. I just like the idea of not needing all that marriage and ceremony to actually be married in love. I actually already feel like I am married, and I'm definitely in love. More so now, thanks to that cat, Georgia. The most beautiful kitty witty in the whole wide world. In my whole wide world. I know everybody's cat and dogs and animals and pets, they feel the same way. And towards humans. Any living thing that shows you love, you want to initially love it back. So if being married officially makes my love happy, then it makes me happy too. And I want to be able to do everything that I can for her. Even if I am not a financially rich man who really cares. I love that cat and I'd marry her too if she wasn't in that box. However, it is a very nice urn that we got from the vet, isn't it? With the photo. Her ashes are inside that. And above it is a card that the vet sent. The vet we went to was actually very nice and made the situation as easy for us as they could, considering what we had to go through and what they had to do as well, which these vets seemed like people who really also loved animals and could see that you truly loved yours too. So they were very compassionate and nice as they could be about something so hard to do. And I'll even let you read, I'll read the card real quick. Yeah, a few days after we had to put Georgia down, we got this card handwritten, so they actually gave a shit. It was nice to hear from them. We wish to express our deepest sympathies at the loss of your cat, Georgia. She was a wonderful girl and we can see how much you loved her. We hope you are able to find comfort looking back on happy memories of her. She will be missed. Our hearts go out to you during this difficult time. Sincerely, the staff of Central Park Veterinary Clinic. Thank you, staff at Central Park Veterinary Clinic. You did your job well, and we appreciate you being there for us. Oh hey, since we're reading cards, I just got one in the mail. I'm gonna read this one. This one's from our niece, Daphne. She sent us a little thank you card because we were kind enough to send her a care package while she was at camp. Here's what Daphne has to say. Dear Uncle Ed, first of all, thank you so much for the care package. I love the look on my friends' faces when they didn't get a care package as cool as mine.
Lots of laughs, so jelly. I'm so excited to add the new Mountain Dew cans to my collection. I gave her some vintage Mountain Dew cans from Star Wars Episode 1. Anyway, I have been having so much fun at camp. There aren't horses at camp, but we drove to a nearby stable and did some trail riding, which was really fun. On Monday, we're going to Lake Champlain to go sailing. Last night, a girl in a different unit hit her head really hard, getting out of the bottom bunk of her bed. The ambulance had to come and pick her up. It was a bad concussion, but I'm sure she'll be fine. Thank you, Dr. Daphne. Also, I heard your cat died. Sad face. I'm sorry for your loss. I hope to see you soon. Love, Daphne. Thank you for your sympathies for the loss of our cat, Daphne. It was very sad. See, other people cared too, not just the vet. And not just our girlfriend, fiance, Amy. She loved that cat for 17 whole years. She knew that cat since it was a little kitten. So who the hell are we to talk, right? Like we have it bad or something? I guess that's it.
Now I know everyone has their own beliefs in what happens when you die, and of course, when something like this happens, you tend to think about death a little bit. But in order for me to go on, I need to believe that I will be with that cat again. That I will somehow see Georgia and hold her and love her again. I don't know how, but I need to believe that that somehow will be the case one day. That all this love didn't happen for no reason. My Georgia, a cat who embraced me with more love than I felt I even deserved, or even needed at times. She could be very demanding. And I just love that about her. How she immediately threw her love upon me and didn't look back. Thank you, Georgia. I will never forget you. And I don't want to. I want to hold on to that pain the same way Captain Kirk holds on to his pain, because he needs that pain. It's part of what makes him who he is. Same as I need to believe that everyone who's ever existed will one day, that someday, will get to be with all they loved and then eventually lost. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but it certainly keeps me going. So even though it might be hard to get over the loss of my cat, who I loved just as much as a person, I won't let myself fall into some depressing stupor and fall apart, sort of like Christopher Reeve did in Somewhere in Time, even though that's sort of what I want to do. Just sit in a chair and starve myself to death because I'm so in love with my cat and can't handle the loss of her. But that would be foolish, wouldn't it? I don't even think Cat would want that of me. So to you, Kitty, you will always be there on that shelf until I die and somebody decides to, I don't know, do whatever they do with the remains of a kitty that somebody loved, who's also dead. I'll be reunited with that cat one day, and you'll all be reunited with your pets too. Or anyone living creature that you loved. So that's it for now. Always have your pets spayed and neutered, I guess. But make sure you love them to death, because that's all they want to do for you. Bye, everyone. And bye, Georgia. For now, anyway. I will miss you deeply. Bye, folks. That's all I have left now. Makes me want to cry. Seriously, I feel it right here. I'll cry for this cat any damn time I want. You make fun of me, I'll kill you. She deserves every tear. I miss you, kitty. I guess I can thank my mother for this. This is as close as I'm gonna get to getting Georgia back. You were so loving. You showed me so much love. I can't believe I live in a world so cruel it would take something like you away from me. Seriously. I love you, cat. Oh, kitty. I'll never be the same again, cat. I love you so much. You showed me so much love, kitty. True meaning of love, thanks to a cat. She used to rub face with me all the time. This couch still smells like her piss. And now, I actually don't mind it. There is a hole in my soul that can only be filled by Kitty. There's a hole in my heart that can only be filled with love for my kitty. I miss you, kitty, so much. We better be together again, cat. I'll blow up the world somehow if we don't. Farmer, no.
What? I wasn't doing anything.
You're not gonna try to bring Kitty back to life with the Ouija board, okay?
You know me all too well. Yeah, you're right. Probably turned out to be some of that pet cemetery shit anyway, right?
That's right. Sometimes dead is better. Yeah, put that thing away.
I don't know, it was really tempting.
Come inside, we got natty ice.
Done. I'm putting it away, boss. I'm putting it away.
I miss you, Dad. Always will. Damn, I love that cat.